But we begin with Barcelona-Liverpool. You know, I got behind the Liverpool train. Vegas loved them. Vegas loved them. And when I saw the game, there's every reason to think Liverpool were going to win this. They were not defending. They were not trying to protect their house and save it for the second leg at Anfield. They came out, had more possession than Barcelona, which is really very rarefied air at the new camp, and had more shots than Barcelona. Unfortunately, they didn't have as many goals. They didn't have any goals, which is going to be a real problem. And down 3-0, this matchup, semifinal, is all but assured for Barcelona. A big moment. But I want to see what's important to come out of here, because Lionel Messi had a free kick, to me, somewhere in the 5 to 10 range of best free kicks I've ever seen. That was a goal that made it 3-0. He was also involved in the second. He scored the goal off a fortuitous bounce, nonetheless. But hey, you make your own luck. Barcelona deserve it to get through here. And I don't want to rule Liverpool out because of what I saw. They had enough chances to put a little fear. If they were able to get that late goal, man, this would be so much more different. An away goal, and to win 2-0 at Anfield, you figure they're going to get a few good bounces the way Barcelona did. But the second goal changed it all. It was completely against the run of play, and Barcelona executed and came through. So hats off to them. So I just want to say something about Barcelona. Lionel Messi gets all the credit, and that's not deserved. He deserves a lot of the credit. And that's good and bad for Lionel Messi, because if he gets all the credit when they have a letdown, he'll get, well, you know what? He doesn't really get the blame either. He is a romantic figure. He's captured the imagination, and people now say there is no debate on who the best player in the world is. It's Lionel Messi. It used to be who is who. Now, I forgot. I missed that part. I missed that chapter, that episode where all of a sudden he is undoubtedly the greatest player. During a spell where his club team have failed to make an impact in the Champions League. They were knocked out in the quarterfinals 3 straight years. And now they're probably on their way to at least the final. I think they're going to win it at this stage, and it's credit to a lot of people. And I don't want to diminish Lionel Messi. He's a beautiful player. He was my favorite player for a while, but I alter and I change things up. And him winning for Barcelona is not a make or break for me. I want to see him win it for Argentina, but that door is certainly closed. So I want to talk about the Barcelona defense and the managerial record. 1 goal allowed in 8 games. They have a new system. They will take your pressure and they will counterattack. And who better to lead a counterattack than Lionel Messi? It makes you wonder why they didn't implement this system earlier. Ernesto Valverde deserves a lot of credit. I like both Ter Stegens, Mark and Andre. Together they make the most underrated, underappreciated player in world soccer, I think. Does not get enough credit. And the back line, they have a combination back there that works, and they have 2 fullbacks that can fly, and by and large can have the defensive duty. So I just want to give credit where credit is due. Yes, Messi, but we see it everywhere. Even from the Barcelona website, Messi's 600 goal. It's great. But this is a team effort. And I think Lionel Messi would be the first to tell you that. Even though the 2 big signings, Coutinho and Dembele, continue to struggle. So they missed the boat on that. So all the credit there to everyone involved. I haven't quit on that second leg. See, I just want entertainment. That game was amazing. That first half, and even the whole game was amazing. I go, if every game could be like this, soccer would be the most popular sport in the United States for starters. That was breathtaking. Okay, we have to talk about the second game, but it wasn't. Tottenham Hotspur, who now have suffered back-to-back losses at their home stadium in a really inopportune time, playing very flat, just looked heavy, sluggish, and Ajax, again, looked electrifying with what they were able to do and have 1 foot in the final. I wouldn't rule out Tottenham Hotspur. They have enough quality. Son Heung-min, hopefully he'll have back. Harry Kane, probably not. And a lot of questions. They have a good enough team to do it, but Ajax have captured the imagination. And the one thing that's being said about Ajax, after this game, it's going to be decimated. All those players are going to go their separate ways. Frankie de Jong already on the way to Barcelona. Matthias de Ligt also, also probably on his way somewhere. He's 19 years old and he captains Ajax. Isn't that amazing? He's 19 years old and he could be the captain of the best team in Europe, potentially. It's going to be torn apart, and that's not the right word. They're going to sell. They're going to be savvy and make their money, and they're going to start developing young players again. But I think one thing that we can say about Ajax and its role, and it's an important role. The Netherlands have been in a major quagmire. It's been awful. They've missed major competition after major competition. And I think with the two players I mentioned, De Jong, De Ligt, you have two players who are going to be part of that revival. You throw in Van Dijk. You have a center-back combination for the Netherlands. They ain't going to give up a lot of goals. Van Dijk was great, by the way, in the Barcelona game. You talk about, he made things unpleasant for Messi. He made it, but in the end, Messi's too good. And then De Ligt and Van Dijk, De Jong in the midfield, and then they get the piece together. The Netherlands, all of a sudden, and I'm a strong believer, kind of hitting rock bottom before you can come up. You can't half measure it. Look at Italy. They half measured it, and then they missed the World Cup. The Netherlands now has a unit, and this Ajax team is a big reason. They've also shown the Netherlands how they can play Dutch football, which was always about making the most of small spaces. They still have to do that, but they have the talent to do it as well. So Ajax Barcelona, I give credit, forgot my name of my friend, but he picked that from the round of 16, if you can believe it. So that looks likely. I wouldn't rule either Spurs or Liverpool out. And this would be disappointing for the English game after having 4 quarterfinalists and 2 semifinalists. You figure one at least at the final. And they may get 0 in the final now, which would be a major disappointment based on what had happened. And something I said was going to happen, so I was wrong. Maybe not. We'll see if some of these teams can dig their holes. Subscribe to my YouTube page. It's all happening. It's all for good. It's a lot of fun. Get great content like this. We have a real conversation. I'll answer your questions as well. Sunday night, Monday morning, Full Time with Max Bretos is out. Here to serve.